Michael, you must have thought that the chance at some stage you could have pinched over whether it was on the right thing.
Well, yesterday afternoon I thought we're in a pretty good position. There's no doubt about that. The plan was to have somewhere between 25 and 20 overs at England last night, and then come and use as many of the 90 overs today as required to hopefully bowl them out. But yeah, that wasn't the case. It's certainly unfortunate from an Australian perspective, and all the boys in the room are quite disappointed with not being able to get over the line today. But in saying that, I certainly don't want to take any credit away from England. They outplayed us in the first two Test matches, especially at Lords, and you know when you come to the UK that there is a chance that rain's going to play a part throughout the series. So getting ourselves into the position of being 2-0 down, it was always going to be tough coming back from that.
Chris, do you feel like you've turned things around after reordered batting in the first couple of tests?
Well, I think we played very well this Test match. I think the whole team did a wonderful job. Winning the toss probably helped on that wicket as well. But I thought all of our batters did a great job, and then our bowlers bowled exceptionally well and started well again today. So, yeah, like I said, I was confident with that amount of time. If we got the 20 overs last night or 25 overs last night and 90 overs today, I was confident on a deteriorating pitch that we could have taken the 10 wickets required.
Michael, how much did the weather forecast and that play on your mind over the last few days? Because they've actually predicted rain for just about every game this Test.
Yeah, I tried. Because of that, I didn't take too much notice, to be honest. My iPhone said rain every single day, and we got the first 3 days in without any rain. So it's hard. In the position we were in last night, we also had to make sure. Yesterday we needed to bowl England out. Then we had to make as many runs and as quickly as we possibly could to give ourselves a chance of even bowling last night. So credit to the boys, the way they went out and played. In those situations, it's a real positive for our team to see the guys putting the team first and willing to take the game forward, because they knew my plan was to try and have a bowl last night. But yeah, that's the way it goes. Unfortunately, it's not just here; it's all around the world. The weather's played a part in plenty of Test matches throughout my career, and unfortunately, it's happened again today.
And Michael, if you can draw the series from here, would it be a moral victory going back to Australia for the next series?
Look, that's definitely our goal. I think if we can level the series, we'll take a lot of confidence back to Australia, and I'm confident if we play the type of cricket we've played throughout the 4 days we have here, we'll give it a real good shake. So, yeah, we've got some work to do over the next couple of days to make sure we're as well prepared as we were leading into this Test match. Play with the same attitude, the same intent, and I'm confident we can have success.
Paul?
Michael, it probably didn't affect the result in the end, but did some of England's delaying tactics not annoy you a little during the match?
I don't think it had any effect on the game.
But did it annoy you at all?
It's irrelevant. I don't think it had any effect.
Wayne?
Michael, Peter Siddle and Ryan Harris have done a lot of work. It's a short turnaround. I've just heard you say that you think you might be able to get Rhino up, but is that realistic?
I think it is. I think obviously not bowling much today will certainly help them. It gives them another day off, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm confident with they're in good hands. Our physio has been outstanding. He always is outstanding with getting guys on the park, and he'll be working overtime to give ourselves every chance of being able to pick our best 11. So that's all we can ask for.
Michael, after 3 tests, you've also played very well here. What do you think how wide do you think the actual gap is between the sides at the moment, given the predictions before the series that you convinced us to bring?
How wide do I think the gap is? Well, I think we outplayed England in this Test match, and I think England outplayed us in the first 2 Test matches. So I don't see much of a gap at all.
Dean?
On that sort of same note, does your frustration that you've obviously had in this game and the weather and various other things, is that a build-up of your frustrations from the first 2 games and what might have been, or just purely on what's been going on in this game?
No, I just think we're frustrated that the fact that we didn't get the whole match in. I think it would have been a fantastic Test match. Would have been a great finish today. Would have been a tough fight. It would have been tough to win. There's no doubt about it. I don't think it was a given that we'd win the Test match. I think it was going to be a tough day for us. So I think all the players are just obviously disappointed that England have regained the Ashes and that we haven't been able to win this Test match because of the weather.
Do you feel like you haven't given up to this level a full account of yourselves, bearing in mind being 2-0 down coming into this game? Does that rankle with you a little bit, seeing how well you played in this game?
No, I think we've come back well from Lords. We didn't perform anywhere near as well as we would have liked, especially our batting in the first innings at Lords. But I think we've shown once again in this Test match that we're here for the challenge, here for the fight, and I thought we played really well.
Michael, do the ICC need to clarify the DRS situation even before the Chesterfield Street game? Is it benefit the doubt to the batsman or is it benefit the doubt to the on-field umpire?
I'm confused just with the question, so I need clarification of the question. Look, I've said for a long time that I'm a fan of DRS. I'm a fan of technology in our game. There's obviously been a couple of occasions where both teams have probably been a little bit confused, but the one thing I like about it's consistent for both teams.
Brian?
Michael, the first innings, obviously the batting clicked and you got a big score on board. How important is it to have a stable batting lineup going forward?
Oh, in an ideal world, you'd like the same batting lineup for the next 15 years, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's realistic in any team. At the moment with quite a few young players as well in our squad, not just the batting lineup, in the 11 players that take the field, it's about trying to find the right positions for them, for the team more than the individual player as well. So I think we're getting there. I think we showed in this Test match that there's certainly plenty of talent there, and the guys can perform against a very good England attack. So I'm confident that we can continue to move forward. We can take confidence from this Test match with both bat and ball, and as long as we turn up in Durham with the same attitude and play with the same intent and positive approach, I believe we can continue to play the brand of cricket that you've just seen over the past 4 days.
Sam?
Michael, there's 2 or 3 England batsmen who aren't in the best form at the moment. Do you see the next 2 tests as a kind of opportunity to further undermine confidence before the winter?
I'm not looking at the winter at all, to be honest. I see the next 2 Test matches as an opportunity to level the series. That's my goal. England's got plenty of good players, and good players find a way to making runs or taking wickets, and we've got to continue to execute our skills as well as we can to have success against a good team.
Michael, do you think the Australian batting is still too reliant on you? You gave South Africa a good game, more runs that did it. Here again, you've made 200 of them. I know the others played well, but do they have to play better still?
I think they did really well, to be honest. I think I'm like every other player. I'm another batsman in the team that needs to make runs. When it's your day, you've got to make the most of it, and I had a little bit of luck out there in the first innings, so it was nice to go on and make a big score. But look, I think everybody's working just as hard, and I think we'll see in the next 2 Test matches a few of the other guys go on and make big hundreds as well.
Andy?
Michael, obviously it's sort of the end of the dream and the Ashes dream today, but just judging from you don't seem quite as devastated or shell-shocked as you were at Lords. Is that a fair comment, that the disappointment there was greater than here because the team had gone better?
The disappointment's no different. It probably hurt. The way we batted in the first innings at Lords hurt me as much as anything has in my career, certainly as captain. We got bowled out for 47 against South Africa, but at least that wicket was seaming and swinging. I thought Lord's wicket was a fantastic batting wicket in the first innings, and to be bowled out the way we were was as disappointing as getting bowled out for 47 against South Africa. I've probably had a bit more time to think about it because it's been raining all afternoon as well. So, yeah, look, there's no doubt our goal and my goal as captain was to come here and win the Ashes, and that hasn't happened. So I can guarantee everyone in that change room's hurting.
Ed?
What were the relations just between the umpires and the players? Is it going well enough to, that there's not going to be some kind of bullying point during the series? Like, you've had a lot of sort of tense moments, I suppose, having to do with. Is everything okay?
The relationship between the players and the umpires?
Yeah, do you want to feel that?
I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's always... you would love every decision to go your way as a bowler, as a batsman, as a captain, but it's not the case. So I think it's about respecting their decision. That's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, like I say, the system is exactly the same for both teams. In the game of cricket, you get some good ones, you get some tough ones. It's about respecting their decision and moving forward. I think we've done that throughout this series. I think there's obviously been some frustration at times because decisions haven't gone the way we would have liked, but you know, that's part of the game and it's about respecting that.
Blake, Michael, you've got more bowling out of Shane Watson than any series since Sri Lanka in 2011. Do you think perhaps if he's going to be doing that level of bowling that where he batted in the second innings might be the place for him? And in fact, the batting lineup that you used in that second innings might it actually be the one that suits you best?
Well, I think, you know, I've spoken to Watto a lot about where he would like to bat in the order, and he's made it very clear to everybody that he loves opening the batting, and you know, we're giving him that opportunity, that's for sure. So yeah, the positive with Shane as well is he's such a good bowler, and I've said for a long time that I think he's, you know, he'd be the second best all-rounder in the world just behind Jark Callis. So it's a tough one. It's trying to work out what's best for the team first and foremost, and then obviously give Watto the opportunity to play where he feels most comfortable and thinks he can have the most success, because if he's scoring runs and taking wickets, it certainly goes a long way to helping us win test matches. And we'll continue to talk and assess what we think's best for the team. And, you know, Shane was more than happy to understood my reasoning for opening the batting with Davey in the second innings and was more than happy to move to number 4. And has made it very clear that wherever I would like him to bat, he will certainly do that for the team.